right, welcome all. We're here today on Marshall's Mic, third episode. I'm Marshall, your host, and I'm here with Justin. We're at the old famous British sports cars, San Luis Obispo. They've come a long way and been here a long time. Peter and Justin are part owners and operators here for over 40 years now.
It is, yeah, 1980. So what does that put it? 45 years?
45 years.
It's funny to say it like world famous, but it's become that now.
Right.
It's wild to see. It's really amazing.
Where do you think is the farthest place they've come from? Take a spot.
We have several people that used to fly over from Germany, and they would literally fly over every year and come just to visit us. Years ago, it was really popular to come here to buy the cars because the exchange rates worked in the favor for Europe, whether it be the UK or Germany.
Gotcha.
They would literally fly into San Luis Obispo.
Right.
We'd stay here for 2 or 3 days.
Interesting.
Looking for cars.
Yeah. So you are world renowned.
I guess so. Yeah, it's a pretty neat thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's fun to meet the people, and it's fun to have them. It's fun to have them come in, but it's really interesting is it's like, you know, they're the other side of the world to us.
For sure.
And see them come in and have this interest and want to be part of what we're doing and part of our business.
Yeah, that's special. Obviously, there's some nice cars here behind us and such, but give me a range of cars that you've worked on over the years. You know, folks, I get my car worked on here, and that's how kind of I came affiliated with this place. Was actually back in 1991 when I was in the car business. I met your father. Because I just became the used car manager at Hyson Johnson.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was. Right. So it's been a bit, but I've always brought that here. I've had that car for 25 years. So a Sunbeam Tiger. Tell me what else. What are the others?
Man, the stuff that goes through our doors. You'd asked me about this earlier, and it's kind of an interesting one because it changes so often. The question people always ask me is, what was the coolest car you've ever had, or what's the coolest car in the shop today? And it changes. My opinion of it changes often because this is what I do. I see this stuff all the time. But you know, we specialize in the British cars, so rare old ACs, rare SS Jaguars, Triumph Italias. We've now had 7 Triumph Italias. There's 100 or less of them known in the world, and you know, I'd say we've had 7 of them. It's really something special.
Right.
Everything from McLaren Can-Am cars, Duesenberg Indy cars, to, man, it just, the list goes on. Like, say, just behind us here, I mean, this Nash Healey here. I mean, I think this is a 53 Nash Healey.
Right.
I think there's something like 60 of these known in the world. Wow. And in fact, we've had 4 or 5 of these. Yeah. So it's just interesting. This Jag over here, this just out of the shot, that's a Jag XK150S Roadster. I mean, there's probably 70 or 80 of those in the world total. Right. We had 4 of them in here the same week.
Where did it start? Where were you born, Justin?
I was born here.
San Luis Opisbo?
I was born in San Francisco.
In San Francisco.
So I have a twin brother, which people will now know. My parents had just moved here from England. Okay. And my mom went to the hospital to get a checkup. She was pregnant. She didn't realize at the time she's having twins, but she went in for her checkup and they said, "You're having twins and you're having them right now." This was 3 months early. Okay. So here in San Luis Obispo, a small town, they couldn't handle it. So they put us on a helicopter, I believe it was, helicopter or plane, and took us to San Francisco. Okay. So we were both born
Interesting story.
San Francisco.
Right.
My mom was never sure if she wanted to stay here in the United States. Right. My dad, as soon as he got here, he loved it. He wanted to stay
forever. Yeah.
My mom now, she absolutely loves it. Yeah. I can't even believe she even thought that someday she'd want to go back. So I am born here, but I am a dual citizen, so I have a citizenship as well.
Great. You got a little bit of the accent.
I don't know. You say that. People say that. I think it's probably just being in this building and around British people all day.
So you have
words I use, so many.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. You have a twin brother. Then you have a sister as well, right?
Sister as well, yeah. She's 2 years younger.
And the twin brother is doing kind of the similar.
He does the same thing as we do here. He's a couple miles away, and he specializes in Porsches and Volkswagens. So he does a lot of early 911s, 912s, 5.6 Porsches.
Wow.
And he does a lot of Volkswagen vans. His specialty is actually the Westphalias, the pop tops, campers. So you buy an old Volkswagen Westphalia,
right?
Whether it be from the 60s, 70s, or 80s, you know, he'll go through it front to back. He'll do the air conditioning systems, the propane system,
right.
cabinetry.
Wow.
All of it.
Yeah.
All the way through.
It's always fascinating for me when I walk through here. I do come here a lot just to come here and walk through it and check out the cars. I call it my candy shop.
Yeah.
But I yeah, you do. And I'm just amazed that I see screws and bolts and things all over the place around the car. It just fascinates me how they take it all apart, put it all together.
All of it.
The whole deal of it. Now, what's your sister do?
So she's into horses.
Horses. Okay.
English jumping.
Awesome.
Horses.
Okay.
Which is interesting because nobody in the family is into horses.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
My dad's not into it. Mom is just something since she was a child. She loved animals.
Yeah.
Loved horses. She'd watch the same jumping shows and movies over and over. It was her thing.
She's in that car business so much. Horses, horsepower.
Yeah. It's, you know, interesting. There's a lot of aspects of the same, you know, business.
Yeah.
You know, she's buying and selling the horses.
Nice.
As we're buying and selling the cars and flight management. A lot of it's the same, but she does very well with it. I think she's got like 60 or 70 horses that she maintains.
Wow.
And she flies all over the country, even all over the world. She was just in Germany a couple weeks ago, bought 2 horses there and flew them back.
Wow.
For clients.
Cool.
Yeah. She'll be out in Canada.
You guys got a lot of entrepreneurship in the family here, man.
It's just in blood, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of that, what do you remember back in the day? What age, what kind of got you your first jobish kind of thing that you said and started working at? And
yeah, you know,
was it chores around the house for an allowance, a lemonade stand, or
having a twin brother.
Okay.
We'd always kind of team at these things together.
Yeah.
We had a paper route growing up.
Yeah.
For the Telegram Tribune.
Okay.
And that was great.
Yeah.
You know, I wish they still offered that today. That was
Yeah.
a great experience for the kid, learning how to, you know, go and work. Your hours, because you gotta.
Right.
You can't go play with your friends on these certain apps.
No.
You gotta get the paper route ready and go do it.
I was right there, Davis Enterprise. Did you have to go collect? I was a little older than you.
No.
I had to go collect at the actual person's house. So cool.
No collecting. But you know, if you didn't deliver the paper correctly, you'd get a phone call.
Yeah.
You had to make sure the paper arrived in, you know, the front door.
No, I get it.
It wasn't ripped and torn.
You bet.
And you had to manage your times. That was great. And then so like paper route, we picked up golf balls.
Okay.
Laguna Lake Golf Course across from where we lived.
Yeah.
And we do that on Friday nights because it would be full.
Right.
They would let the ball sit out there all week long, and then my brother and I would go and collect all the golf balls and put them back in the hopper so the week could get started and they can use all the balls again.
Nice.
We get free golf, which was great for summers because they lived right across the street, and go pick up the balls on a Friday night. And then the rest of the week we'd be playing golf and bringing our buddies with us and having a great time. That's, you know.
It kind of shaped you early on.
9-10 years old.
Doing that. Right. Kind of shaped your forward path to, takes a little work, make a little money.
Yeah. Well, you got to have the money.
Show up on time.
Always wanted things.
You bet.
Always wanted toys, and my parents weren't going to buy them, so I had to do it ourselves.
What did it teach you that age?
Yeah. I mean, taught you a work ethic. Definitely. 100%. But it, you know, taught me that if I want something, to set my eyes on it and set that goal.
Sure.
You know, these bicycles all around, you know, there's been a passion since I was 8 or 9 years old, and I would find an old bicycle and I want to buy that.
Yeah.
Whether it was the paper route or detailing cars in the neighborhood or whatever we had to do.
Yeah.
I was going to save the money to buy that bicycle.
How many bikes do you think you have now?
It's over 150.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So that's kind of a side deal that you enjoy, hobby, let's call it, collecting old.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
It started about 8 or 9 years old because our dad would work on our bicycles with us when we were kids.
Yeah.
You know, as a dad does.
Right.
For
sure.
He teaches the kid to lube the chain, air the tires, and, you know, and we loved all doing that. And then we'd watch old movies, see old bikes, and we'd go to the swap meet, we'd see old bikes, and we really liked that. And kind of had some knowledge because our dad working on bikes. And
sure.
Had to clean and lube stuff up.
Yeah.
So that's what we started
So
doing.
it'd probably be safe to say your dad sparked your excitement towards work, maybe some entrepreneurial ideas.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, instilled things into you or what it was going to take.
100%.
And
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot, it's been a passion. It's what it is.
yeah,
Started with the bicycles, went to cars.
right.
Once I turned 13 years old, it was all about cars, right? Want to get a car when I'm 16, I got to
Right.
fix it up and do all that.
Right.
And now I've gotten older. I never stopped the bicycle thing, but it wasn't my full complaint. It was the cars.
Yeah.
Now I've gotten older. I get just the same enjoyment out of all the bikes that I get out of the cars.
Sure.
Switch kind of more
Right.
back to the bicycles because I get the enjoyment out of them. And it's, when I'm at the shop, I'm building cars.
Yeah.
When I'm at home, I'm building bicycles. So it's a little bit of a switch of a gear for me.
But kind of the same kind of gear.
Same gear.
Is that kind of when you realize, you know what, I have something here? I have a talent here. I can fix things. I can work.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely.
How old were you when you started working with your dad?
We used to, so in 6th grade, I don't know what that puts you at, about 11 years old. 6th grade, we'd ride our bikes.
That's about right.
We'd ride our bikes from Laguna Lake, which is, 3 miles away from here. We'd ride our bikes after school, get out of get out of elementary school, 6th grade, and then ride our bikes down here.
Yeah.
And we'd kind of help Dad out around the shop. He'd give us sandblasting projects.
Yeah.
Where he'd set us up with the welder and we'd start welding or grinding.
Sure.
Or you'd say, hey, pull the engine out of this. And my brother and I would pull the engine out. So right around that age. And then we did that from 11 years old to about 15. My brother and I would both, from 6th grade through middle school, even the start of high school, we'd be coming here after work, after school.
Right.
And
so you literally got on your bike. I mean, Laguna Lake is what, 4 miles?
3-4 miles.
4 or 5 miles?
Yeah, so in that range.
Yeah, but you were so excited about it. You took the initiative. You got on a bike. I mean, what's that like to stay in this world today, right?
Yeah,
it's almost like non-existent.
Yeah, nobody thinks about it anymore.
But it was the excitement that you involved. Whoa, shoot!
We had to do that.
You had to ride a bike when you did your paper route. We had to ride a bike when I had to go to my friends all the way across town.
Yeah.
We had to ride a bike.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you are just bikes, and I would ride my old antique bikes down here. Cruise down here.
Right.
We'd finish up, and sometimes my dad would give us a ride home, or sometimes we'd ride our bikes home.
Yeah. And that's great because that's what it takes. It takes initiative, right? To get something started like that.
Loved it. What we learned on the bikes, pass on to the cars, and then what I learned on the cars, I also pass on back and forth to the bikes.
Yeah.
From we did painting them ourselves to all kinds of stuff. I even got a job at a powder coater's, Centrico's powder coating when I was 15, and he would drop me off.
Yeah.
Because in the mornings, he'd drop me off in the mornings.
Yeah.
And 15 years old at Centrico's powder coating, and I'd spend, one day I'd be in the sandblast booth prepping all the metal parts to be powder coated.
Yeah.
The next day, the parts I sandblasted, I got to mask them all off and get them ready. And then the days they would offer me overtime, he'd come pick me up at 5. I'd go home and have dinner. They'd drop me back off, and I worked till 10 o'clock at night. Like 15 years old, I don't know if I should have been doing that. But
Wow.
Summer, and I wanted to get the money to work on my bikes and my cars.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's what it takes.
Yeah.
That's what it takes in today's.
It's still the same today.
It sure is.
Yeah. If I'd have to come in on a weekend or stay late, it's got to happen.
I know your dad was very instrumental in your life. Who else could you say that kind of changed your pathway, maybe even professionally or personally?
I mean, there's so many people that have been in my life.
Kind of early on, maybe.
That old guy walking past right there, Phil. He's been around a long time.
Phil's
part of it.
Phil's gentleman works on my car. Now, how long's Phil been here? I think he said 39 years.
Yeah, I think he started in about 85.
He was one of the Ridge.
Yeah, well, the originals, when my dad first moved here, he came over with his friends from England.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a picture of them all sitting up here.
Okay.
Brought all his friends with him. And then Phil's sister was living here in town. Then my parents had randomly met one day.
Right.
Phil has a niece that's the same age as me. So we used to hang out, English friends and 8 kids the same age, used to hang out a lot. So Phil used to come in vacation here.
Okay.
And then he came on vacation and decided he wanted to stay and had a job lined up. So a few years later, a year later, he came back out.
Nice.
Had it all set up.
So was it someone in that group kind of, Dad's longtime friend said, "Hey, Justin, you got something here?" Or any motivational thing you remember?
Oh, having Mike Spangler next door.
Mike Spangler.
That was a big one.
That's a good one.
He got us into the race in the go-karts.
Yep.
You did that?
I did that.
Did he get you into it as well?
No. I kind of got into myself because I wanted my son to be an IndyCar racer.
Right. Yeah.
And actually, that might have been the first time I met you.
It may have been. That would have been like 96, 97. Is that right?
Kobe was born in 96. Were you still in it like 2000?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
It was either at the shop or there.
I did it for about 6 or 7 years. I remember seeing you there. And I thought we raced together a couple times, did we not?
I had you had shifters, man. Oh, you were in the go-getter.
Kind of the end of that then. So
yes. I was
like 02, 03.
Right.
That would have been kind of.
Kobe was 5. Yeah.
Because I started out on the 100cc.
That's what I did. Direct drive.
Did that for like 4 or 5 years, and
then went to the shifters.
Then went to the 80 shifter. And then the 125
shifter.
Yeah.
That's exhilarating, isn't it?
Oh,
having your head that far off the ground and going 100 miles an hour.
I miss it.
Do you?
Yeah, I miss it. I'd like to do it again.
Yeah, your body doesn't miss it.
No.
I remember soaking for days.
Back then, I didn't feel it.
Right.
I'm not sure I feel it now.
Right.
I broke ribs doing that. All kinds of stuff. From the G-forces in the seat.
Oh, man.
Hit the wrong phone.
I'm telling you, man. We had pads, suits, and everything. It's still, you would go home and, I was, Kobe's 5, so I was like, what was I, 30, had Cody 33, so I was like 39. Yeah. That's kind of old being karts.
Yeah, well, I'm 43, so I know the pain.
There you go. Yeah, and you quit, 15 years ago or something? Yeah. What have you?
But yeah, Mike Spangler was a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Right next door to us, he had a welding shop, fabrication shop. Going back there, that was always a big one. Willie Chambers in Sea Canyon, he was a big bicycle collector and car collector. We'd go out to his house when we were kids. My dad would drop us off out there, and I'd go play with his early Harleys and flying Merkles.
Yeah.
All kinds of crazy stuff. When I was a kid, I'd go out there. That's I'd never seen ever in my life before. Big penny farthing bicycles and bone shakers and rare cars and
so at all the
rare stuff. Get to go play with Willie and his machine shop and all his
right. At all those guys, is there one thing they said you remember to this day that was a mentoring part of your life?
There's one thing everybody always says. This is if you have fun and you love what you're doing. You'll never work a day in your life. I don't know if I believe that because there's a hell of a lot of hard work. But I still enjoy it. I still love it. You'll see me on the weekends doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
What I do.
So they basically probably use the word passion.
Yeah. There you go.
Love, passion.
Yeah, exactly.
Find your passion. You're going to love what you do. What keeps you in it now? What helps you coach yourself along? Is there a podcast you watch? Is there a book you read?
No, mostly what I do is try and shut off at night. People come in all the time and they always ask me, "Oh man, I bet you love this show. I bet you love that show. Do you watch Jay Leno's Garage? Do you do?" I've never watched any of that.
Yeah.
I've never watched Jay Leno's Garage.
Really? Interesting.
I've seen clips of it, right?
Yeah.
You can't get away from it. Clips pop up and I'll watch a 2 or 3 minute clip.
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything. The one that I do watch, which is funny because they're buddies of mine now. They were here not long ago. Is the American Pickers. I love that.
Okay.
But that's not necessarily car related.
Yeah.
History related of item.
They find old bikes and signs. Look at the signs and license plate.
I love that. But no, I kind of go home and maybe I have a 4-month-old baby at home now and recently married. So
congratulations on that.
Life has changed.
That'll change it.
Life has changed a lot. People kept saying, "Oh, you're going to be busy. Just wait."
Yeah.
You don't know how busy you're going to be.
Yeah.
So not only do I have the baby, but I got the honey-do list now on weekends.
Yeah.
I got a lot going on, but I go home at night and the wife takes care of the baby a lot more than I do because I'm down here at the shop. I would love to be there doing that, but we got to keep things moving. So I cook dinner a lot at home, which helps mellow me out, and then I'll try and watch something on TV, whether it be American Pickers or typically something on history.
I'm looking around and I'm thinking we're going to have a show called Peter's Shop.
Yeah.
Right? The originating man.
But he's got some great stuff though, because his history goes deep. Because because he is in the music industry, he was a DJ.
Yeah,
and he knew, he grew up in England, right? The Rolling Stones, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin. He knew a lot of these artists, so he's got some neat stories. Stuff. His racing career was pretty cool too, being in England at that era.
Wow,
8 times.
Might have to get with him and do a show.
You'll have to.
Think he'll do it?
Yeah, I have to coerce him a little.
Definitely fun to have him on.
It's hard to get him to slow down.
Yeah.
He's probably.
I mean,
in fact, that's him working.
And he's working right now, huh? Yeah. That's great.
Like he comes to my house on the weekends and works on stuff, whether I want him to or not.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I know he's starting to travel a little more and liking that.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. They try and do basically a month on, a month off.
Yeah.
He got to a certain age and he's been successful, and he said, you know what? We were doing a week here, 2 weeks here, and just doing standard.
Well, you earned that, right, over the years? That's what it takes.
Yeah, so you
got to get to a position, and how do you get to that position?
He's earned it, and he said, you know what? But this is about 2 years ago. He said, you know what? We're going to do 1 month at a time.
Yeah.
And we're going to go adventure new places. The cruise ships, they love cruise ships, especially the river cruises.
Right.
Which I didn't realize until he started doing them. But a lot of these places you go, those riverways are the only ways to access some of these places, especially the indigenous tribes.
Yeah.
Throughout, some of these, Africa, Australia.
Yeah.
Some of these places are very remote. And then these cruise ships go through these river channels.
Crazy.
See a lot of stuff.
Well, what a great feeling to be able to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And to be able to do that, the guy created that vision in his mind, put it together, and now it seems like he's pretty much passing the torch. I heard you're signing checks.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that anymore.
No.
Now, is that kind of scary?
No, not really. I mean, nothing has really changed.
Yeah.
For me. I build cars.
Yeah.
I build bicycles. I like history. I like things. I like to learn about things and build those things. So the business side, luckily got good guys managing it, bookkeepers, PA, I don't really need to look at any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't, obviously there's decisions that I have to make.
Well, you have well-trusted people in those positions.
Make those decisions, yeah. And for the last, I've been working in this building as an employee for 25 years.
Right.
Since I was 13.
Yeah.
But, as an official employee, graduated high school and all that, it's been 25 years. I've been buying and selling cars. I've been doing the checks and buying the cars without his approval for many years.
I was going to say, you kind of brought that more into the picture of here, other than just fixing and restorations. But hey, we got a 1967 Mustang here, Dad. Yeah. They're looking at buying that for $125,000 over in Europe.
Yeah.
Instead of whatever here, because they can't get them over there.
A lot of that.
That
was a huge part of business for a long time. He's very old school, so he's still today.
Right.
Somebody wants a car, he takes his pen and paper out and he writes down the name of what they want.
Right.
I don't do that.
It
goes in an email-based database.
Yeah.
We now email over 5,000 people with our customer list. But you'll see him. A car will come in and I'll see him over at his phone there, dialing away. Hey, I got you on the list for an E-type jack.
Right.
And he still does that, but his old school way was very British focused.
Yep.
And old school way is an internet based.
Yeah. So would you say
anything?
Yeah, definitely. Would you say that's your biggest tool now that you use? I mean, you got wrenches, you got this, you got a drill. You showed me an air conditioning machine you have to pay like $1 gazillion for the other day. Yeah. But what's the biggest utilized tool that makes it happen the most for you? Do you pick the internet?
Yeah, it's definitely got to be the internet. I don't really have a great way to gauge that. We're in downtown San Luis Opisbo.
Yeah.
We've never really had to do any advertising because you got Marsh Street heads in.
Yep.
It's the only road into downtown San Luis Obispo.
Right.
You can't come to San Luis Obispo downtown without passing our building.
Right.
So, thankfully my dad, was able to get this building in 1980. We've been here the whole time.
Right.
So we've never really had to do any advertising.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But internet gets you to reach out to people around the world, showing these cars you have for sale.
It helps and it hurts it at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Car sales actually get a little bit harder because somebody's calling me because they want a ready type Jag.
Yeah.
They've seen online. Well, they can also find 10 more ready type Jags.
Yeah.
So people have become much more tailored in what they want.
Yeah.
Much more educated.
Sure.
So yeah, we're able to sell more cars because we have a broader audience, but it's a more difficult selling it. Years ago, you pick up the phone and you got a ready type Jag. The guy's going to buy it because he just doesn't have the ability to find it.
Sure. Well, I've been, 40, 30 years car business.
Yeah.
And, back then it was drive-bys.
Yeah.
Drive-bys weren't up. We didn't have internet when I was back actually selling. We didn't have the internet. We had commercials.
Yeah.
On KSBY.
You got the car on a big...
We got the car on a big rack.
Yeah.
We see and watch and see if the guy'd come in. Oh, he's coming. Yeah, he's coming in.
Sale today.
Yeah.
Yeah, hood pop sale day or whatever you call it.
I'd be sitting there and going, hey, man, the boss, there's no one coming in. There's no one coming in. He goes, really? Really, Marshall? Yeah. I go, yeah. What do I do here? No one's... I'll tell you what you do. And he literally picked up, back then, there was a phone book.
Yeah.
Picked up the phone book and says, pick a couple names out of that phone book and give them a call.
Yeah.
So what's that create to you, Yeah. Initiative. You got to make it happen,
Yeah, I mean, we get that today still.
100%.
But, it's easier today because people see the cars for sale.
That's right.
I get other dealers calling me trying to consign my cars.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot.
Too much.
Yeah, that's been a big one, though. I mean, the amount of people will take our photos and they'll advertise our cars as theirs.
Yeah.
I got a lot of that at Thoroughbred and Classic Car magazine, which is a UK magazine. I'm flicking through it one day, and the guy's got a 2-page spread.
Right.
All of our inventory. So my entire inventory was in
his newspaper?
Yeah, and with his contact so-and-so based out of London.
So then he'd call you, obviously, you'd have to.
And broker the deal.
So he was brokering and you didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Until he called you one day and said, hey, I got one of your cars sold.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I think several people have done that. Which, I mean, is good or bad. I mean, if they're selling a car, I love it. If I can make money, you can make money, that's great. But
you didn't have
without knowing.
You didn't know about that car deal.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was just working a car deal with a buddy, and I went to the dealership, and I'm not going to say where it was, but I was bringing them a new customer that they knew nothing about.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at that as a bonus. So I wanted a price. I gave him a couple stock numbers, and I tell you, I felt like I had to pull teeth to get a price.
Yeah.
And I kind of was thinking, hey,
Interesting.
I just need a price. And finally they gave me a price, but they put this other stuff on there, and I said, well, what if I don't want this?
Yeah.
And then that's part of the price. And I said, okay, well, I left. And I can go find another dealership selling the same stuff, but it's interesting how what you can make of it.
Yeah.
Any kind of sales position, and I've always thought everybody's in sales. You're selling, a teacher's a salesperson. They're selling their idea, why you blah 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 blah.
Everything in the world has some sort of sales behind it.
Some sort of sales behind it. And here's this guy digging up your inventory offline, putting it on his page, and selling the car. That's cool. Let's see. What do you think that's really fueled your growth here?
And, the fact that we've been in the same spot since 1980, people trust us. We're doing the same thing we've always done. Things have changed, technology's changed, and we've kept up with it.
Location. Staying in the same spot.
There's, the passion for the people that come through our doors, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I get to know so many people. So that's a big one, and word of mouth.
Yeah. Well, you get to see
there's
cars and, like you said, meet a lot of people.
Yeah. It's...
Let me ask you this. What makes you different that I would notice if I came in and asked you for the service of my car?
Yeah, we're just very upfront about it. You come in, you just walk in, you can talk to any of us at any time. I'm happy to show you.
Yep.
Walk right in the shop. Very, very apparent, very right up front. And our knowledge of this stuff is huge.
Well, you're very
75, and he's been doing it since he was 13, 14 years old.
Right.
I'm 43.
Yeah.
Started when I was 13.
Yeah.
So that's 30.
You got a little knowledge?
It's been at it a long time. I still get people that'll look at me.
Yeah.
At 43, I'm not young anymore, but I still get people looking and they go, I need to talk to someone,
Yeah.
No, I'm like,
I
got you.
Definitely. I'm going to throw another one that I've always seen come in here is right away you say, how's it going? You're greeting right away. Yeah. And that's very lacking, seems like, in today's businesses.
Sure. A lot of, today's business, definitely. In the auto industry, typically they funnel you into an office.
Yeah.
And you take your number as you leave.
Yeah.
When you get a service rider.
Yep.
Or service manager, whatever you want to say, that doesn't know anything about cars.
Right.
They enter your VIN number into a system and
yep.
your info, and then you go on your way. Everybody in this building is going to come and say hi to you, right. And everybody in the building knows something about the cars because the shops, you're in it.
Yep. Okay. It's nice to be greeted. It's nice to be, looked in the eye and talked to in today's world when you're doing some business somewhere.
Good or bad.
Right.
I give you bad news all the time.
You have.
Yeah.
But it's always turned out good.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You go at it head on.
That last oil leak we had was a little challenging.
That was a pain in the butt. Okay,
we got there.
It had to get fixed, so it gets fixed. That's one thing my dad, talking about teaching.
Yeah.
There's one thing he's always said is this is the last stop.
Yeah.
Car doesn't leave here unless it gets fixed.
Right.
There's a big sign out front and a patch right here.
Sure.
That says this is what we do.
Yeah.
We can't fix your car. Nobody can do it.
Yeah. Well,
if we can't fix it.
That's great.
We're going to keep going. I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
I'll lose. Whatever it takes, we're going to fix the car. Because it has to get fixed. Yeah. It's the end of the road.
Yeah.
If we can't do it, nobody can do it.
Yeah. And if you live behind that.
Yeah. I learn stuff all the time, especially today with the technology, fiber optics, networking, all the stuff in these cars today.
Yeah.
They're wild. Some of these cars have 40, 50 modules in them.
Yeah.
I'm constantly learning myself, but man, you gotta dig into it. Even if I lose money, I gotta dig into it and get it done. That's how I'm gonna learn.
How do you define success today?
I think this one. And my dad was told this years ago by Champ Massey.
Yep.
Champ Massey had told my dad this when they were talking one day, and it's what I go by. Success isn't always by the checkbook or how much you're making, because there's going to be months where you lose money. There might be years that you lose money. But you look at a business and you think, if everybody's paying for their money's going out, everybody's making wages, everybody's got money to take home to their families, and things are moving forward.
Yeah.
Those are good days, weeks, years.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, if you look at that bank account and there's zero in it.
Yeah.
But everything got paid.
Yeah.
Well, it's still a good year.
Yeah. You meet a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Lives.
Yeah.
And you turned into making them.
Yeah.
More deals down the line.
Yeah, exactly.
More contacts, more people.
The business feeds itself. We sell these cars locally or throughout the world.
Yeah.
And if they're a local sale, they come back to us with the service. And it's.
I met Champ Massey in 1991.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I became the used car manager,
right.
Same kind of time frame as me and your dad. And what a man. He had a little lot down here or right over there at the liquor store, wasn't it? Was this maybe? I think it was the first one.
You're right, because where Sandy's is.
Yes, it was where Sandy's is.
My dad had a tire store across from it.
There you go.
Yeah,
That was.
You were, yeah. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Was he down here too, across from Landis, next to Napa? 'Cause that was a car lot for years, but then he went out to Broad. So he went out to Broad Street. I remember that.
Over
Crossroads.
Crossroads.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the right-hand side.
Yeah,
it's still that.
Right.
Yeah, he was down.
He's had a few spots. I remember Sandy's.
Yeah.
And then I met Mike McCarthy, got involved with him. He got involved a lot with Champ.
Yeah.
Mike said, a lot that Champ's done for him and educating him in the car business.
He passed probably in 94, 95 in that range.
Yep.
So I remember going to his house when I was a kid and playing.
The Castle.
It's a long time.
Castle.
Yeah, bottom of the grade there.
Bottom of the grade, the Castle House. Yeah. What's 2 or 3 things that are non-negotiable habits you do every day?
Non-negotiable habits I do every day, man. I'm sure I have a lot of them. I'm sure the wife will tell you I got tons of them.
That keep locked in, like.
I get up. I don't really eat breakfast. I get up at 7 o'clock every day, have a cup of coffee. When I get to work, I sit down and I knock out all my emails, all my phone calls, I take all my notes, get everything dialed.
Yeah.
Do all the research on all the cars that I'm selling.
Yeah.
Go to different websites, see the sales prices, auction reports.
Yeah.
I spend about half an hour to an hour every morning looking, scouring, whether it be eBay, Hemmings, bring a trailer.
Yeah.
So I know the market.
Yeah.
And it's something I do for fun anyways.
Sure.
And I do it on my phone. I do everywhere I go.
You get your day organized?
That sets me off for the rest of the day. And then whatever happens to the rest of the day is kind of out of my control.
Yeah.
I roll with it.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's going to be an easy day or a tough day or where it's going to head. There's 7 of us here now.
Then you get
oversee it all.
Yeah.
And
right.
It's a lot. It's a lot to handle.
No, well, that's what I was. It's kind of the
different dynamics going on because, in the back corner there's an old Ford that's a 1914, and then in the bay right now is a 2018 Range Rover.
Sure.
There's a big gap there. Not all the guys in the back can handle it. I want them to, I teach them, but I got to be there to show them and teach them how to do that. They're not going to learn it unless I'm showing them.
Yep.
And I was taught by my dad. So.
Yep. What's the biggest face planting you've ever done that you're like, oh shit?
I bought a.
I knew it was going to be this.
I bought the McLaren.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought a McLaren online, and it's supposed to be one owner, untouched.
Yeah.
No paint work, no nothing, perfect Carfax. And I bought it off a reputable sales company.
Yeah.
That does a lot of auctions.
Yeah.
And I got the car, and I was, it was not the same car. It looked like, somebody painted in their driveway.
Right.
Doctored all the photos. And I knew better because every car I buy, I typically either buy it within range where I could see it.
Sure.
Or I have it inspected by.
You go and have a guy do it or something?
And I go and and I type in, whether I'm buying say a BMW M5 and it's in the Bay Area. I go on Yelp and I find a European shop that specializes in that, and I'll pay the $250 or $300 for that pre-purchase inspection.
Yeah.
I was buying it, and I checked all the boxes.
Yeah.
And I should have sent it for inspection. And
so it sent you.
Money, but,
Hey,
it happens. You can't win on every one of them.
I was a used car manager.
Yeah.
I mean, I've taken some cars and this thing's great. Didn't drive it around the block like I do usually with everything because I didn't think I need to. And I smelt it, looked at it, and felt it.
Yeah.
And then I put the money on. We do the deal. Next thing you know, it's in the shop, and the service guys, recon guys come to me and go, "Hey, Marshall, this tranny's shot."
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
That's $3,000 back in that day.
I bought an MG off a guy one day, and I took it on a test drive. Everything was great. I'm like, yeah, perfect, done deal. But he parked it in a way
that made it look good.
That I didn't have to. I didn't have to use reverse. So
interesting.
I test drive with him, and then I pulled it in.
Interesting.
They wrote the check.
Yeah.
And then went to back it out of the shop and went. It got me. It happens.
Yeah. How do we?
MG. No, we're not talking McLaren money. It was an MG money, so
I know.
I was okay with that.
Yeah.
McLaren money was a different ballgame.
You're gonna have experiences where you make mistakes throughout work.
Yeah,
it happens.
That's the learning.
It's how you rebound.
It's what you learn.
You go back to your basics.
Another favorite saying of my dad's is you can't screw a car up worse than we screwed up. This is all I do all day, every day.
Yeah.
We screwed a lot of cars up. True. Us have to fix them and get ourselves out of it.
I like that.
The same mistakes that the guy does at home, we've made.
Yeah.
We've learned from it.
Yeah.
We don't do those mistakes anymore.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Has there ever been a time from when you started till now where you said, I'm not doing this? No, I'm out. I'm out.
Never.
Good.
Not even on the worst days.
Yeah.
Never.
Good.
Never. I mean, there's days.
There's always something, if that even comes to the mind, to pull you back in pretty quick, isn't it?
I get such a rush out of all of it.
Yeah.
Just like sitting there with you.
Yep.
Got to meet you through doing all of it. I've been around the world doing this.
Sure. And what happens when you meet a guy and he refers you a guy, and then that guy refers a person?
That's one of the best things.
Connections.
This whole industry. And this is where we're different from a lot of shops, because we're not just that late model Honda shop or late model BMW shop.
Sure.
Just look around. We got all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
And the stories behind some of these old classic cars.
Yeah.
This car was bought by our customer, the Nash Healy, about 15 years ago on the East Coast.
Wow.
Shipped to Santa Maria. We maintained it for years.
Wow.
He's living up just outside Seattle now.
Wow.
He brought it down here for me to sell it.
Gorgeous. What's this going to sell for?
That's $80,000.
$80,000.
But you know, she brought it all the way back down.
Yeah.
From
It's original.
and to bring it back down because he trusted me to do it.
Yeah.
So people I've met, the places I've been, you know, I've been all around this county, all over California. I just bought 2 years ago 14 cars up in Chico.
Wow.
And jammed up there. And I spent a week up in
What a
Chico.
great experience up there.
And I hadn't been to Chico before. Lovely.
You haven't?
No, I had. I have now. I loved it. But walked into a warehouse and the guy had covered all 14 cars just with trash for years.
Okay.
E-Type Jags, K140s, MGs, Austin Healey's, trying his whole boatload of them. And it was a ton of work. There was profit in it at the end, obviously, but it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And
It takes work.
I brought a buddy up there with me. I went up there.
Nice.
Got made a few phone calls. I came back here to Slow, got my team together, got a buddy of mine to go up there with me, and we spent the week unloading this warehouse of these cars and parts. And I had another buddy of mine, and every day he was driving back and forth to Chico when he had a 4 or 5 car hauler. We'd load him up, he'd come back, and the guys would be down at our warehouse receiving the cars and parts back, and it was a kick. It was a lot of work, but it was a kick. It was good experience.
Did you go to Bidwell Park when you were up there?
Yeah, right downtown there.
Right?
Yeah, is that cool? The
creek
runs
right through it.
I
Yeah.
go back when they like dam it up, don't they?
Well,
Down, make a swimming hole.
they do.
Yeah.
And I'm from Davis, so we'd go up there. And of course, that was the party, college back in the day. And if you go farther up where the parties and all the stuff would happen more, there's a huge rock and actual caves you can swim under.
Oh,
I mean, it's a wild time. It's a beautiful town. Yes.
It was hot. It was like San Luis Opisbo though. A lot of the same restaurants.
Yeah.
The same
It's
Woodstocks.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
like. The layouts almost.
A lot of people have come from Chico to come down here and do their things down here, vice versa.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Because it's a very similar.
Chico felt like San Luis Obispo.
Right.
San Luis Obispo is just 20 degrees cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, caustic slow, I think.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, communities and stuff, what have you done, you guys, for the community? What's the community done for you?
And we're always doing stuff, donating stuff. You see, I got that road rally coming up. We're going to do a Central Coast rally. Porsche Slow is part of it. We're part of it. Smith Volvo, the stable.
And where does that go? Where do the funds go?
The funds all go to the Flying Samaritans. So
Flying Samaritan.
yeah. So my partner on the whole thing is Dr. Joe Kuntz. He's a retired doctor. He volunteers his time to fly out and do his doctorate stuff in foreign countries, but third world countries, people that need the help.
Right.
And so
that's awesome.
Yeah, all the proceeds go to that.
Yeah.
We're so busy in here all the time. It's hard to donate time.
Yes.
But Museum of San Luis Obispo at the Carnegie Library, they'll come and they'll borrow items from us. Do stuff like that. We rent a lot of cars, or I used to rent cars for weddings and photos. So I end up donating a lot of cars to different functions.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Pictures and such, what have you.
There's a lot of different ways that the cars can be fit in to videos and photography.
Yeah.
And so we do a lot of that. San Luis Obispo is a great place.
Yeah.
Fortunate to be here.
What could they give you? More parking?
More parking. That'd be awfully nice. That's not going to happen. The parking is a problem, but I don't see. Here's the thing: is that population growth.
Yeah,
growth is a thing. Nothing's going to stay the same way it was.
Yeah,
right. And we're getting overpopulated. Too many cars on the roads. Roads can't handle it. So I get it. We got it. Things have to change. I wish we had more parking, especially free parking, which we don't have.
Yeah.
But growth has to happen. It is
what it is.
It is what it is, the way the world works.
Yep.
You got to evolve with it and change. We have the warehouse down the road, about 5,000 square feet that we never had before.
Yeah.
And we need it now.
Yeah.
It's 4 or 5 blocks away. It's a little farther than I would like. I wish it was right next door.
Sure.
But
you make it work.
we make it work.
Yep.
You know, that's where the cars have to go because we don't have the parking we want.
Yep. And working with people and, working here. And, obviously you've worked with Phil a long time. I'm sure Phil's taking you under his wing at times.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And showed, mentoring of how to, you got a question on, I've never done this car or this.
Going the other way around now because they're getting older.
Yeah, right. Good point. That's true. Very good point.
Yeah, he and my dad are phenomenal.
No, I get what you're saying there.
And everybody has, my dad's like on the 50s, 60s, 70s. He's like phenomenal. Like, man, you some of these Jags, some of the MGs, I'll give him a wiring harness and he wires it all from memory.
Wow.
I don't know how he does it.
Well, that's what I was telling you earlier.
I watched him wire an entire MG TD in one day. And I'm like, that would have taken me a week.
Right.
And then Phil's great because, there's 20-year age gap there.
Right.
But 10-year age gap, sorry, not 20. Phil's a lot sharper on the 70s and 80s and 90s stuff than my dad is.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
sharper on.
Sure.
Later,
I get it. Yeah. Well, it's more technical. It's more techie stuff.
Yeah. I'm growing up in this building, learning from everybody. So
yeah,
I do all of it all the way through, all the way around, which is interesting.
Now, who are you sharing that with? Here in the shop?
These guys now coming in.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm sharing it with them.
All right.
Hopefully, that's the idea.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the idea. I try to teach them.
Sure.
They know more than me, as you know, but that's kind of everybody goes that way, I guess, right?
Yep.
Generations.
Yeah.
But they come around. They see me working on the old 1914 Ford over there, and we got one of the guys in showing interest, so I have him putting together a 1914 Ford.
Yeah.
And it was originally a flathead, but we're doing a race engine in it with an overhead Rajo conversion, and Buffalo racing wire wheels, and we're doing a trick carburetor setup and trick exhaust on a 1914.
Yeah.
So he's having a blast doing it.
Sure.
Where else are you going to learn that?
No, you're right.
So
it's priceless, really.
Yeah, he's having a fun time doing it. If these guys are going to show interest in some stuff,
yeah,
I'll stick them on it.
Yeah,
because I want them to learn it.
Yeah,
and sometimes, even if it takes them too long or they damage something, that's all right.
You can't always be there. You got to let them learn.
That's fine. Let them learn. If they're enjoying it and it's getting them interested in what we're doing.
They need help coming along.
Yeah,
boom.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's the best advice you could give to someone in 5 words?
In 5 words? Man, I don't know that one. That's not an easy one.
Maybe you've heard it from some. Maybe you've heard it.
You love.
The passion part we were talking about earlier.
Passion part. There's going to be a lot more worship, but yeah, do what you love.
Yeah.
This has always been what I've done, and this is what I still does this, and I do it, and my dad does this, and I've had employees that don't do this, and is like when there's a car show on the weekend.
Yeah,
I like going to them.
Yeah,
I want to go do that stuff. And
yeah,
there's like a neat event going on, like the Racing Gentleman was here in town. I want to go see it.
Yeah,
because
that was at the Dunes, right?
It was, yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah, I raced it.
I figured you did.
I did race it.
Yeah.
1914 Ford.
1914.
I built an engine for because I blew it up at racing. Yeah, Racing Gentleman. Phil goes to motorcycle shows. He does this stuff. It's the passion you have for it.
Yeah.
I've had people that come in and do the 9 to 5 clock in and out and they don't have that passion.
Right.
If you don't have that passion, yeah, you're gonna make a paycheck.
Yeah.
You're gonna make money in 9 to 5, and you're gonna do fine for yourself.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get to that next
level. Sure.
It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna want to learn about a 1914 Ford.
Yeah.
I'm gonna train you on a 2010 Mini Cooper and a 2012 Land Rover, and that's what you're gonna want to learn. That's all you're gonna want to do, and you're not gonna get outside that box.
Yeah. Well, Justin, this has been a pleasure. You've been a community guy for here a long time. You've worked with your father in the shop here. The shop's been here over 40 years.
Amazing. Yeah, 45.
45 years. It's been the worth of a while for me, being a car guy that's got some antique cars and gets worked on here.
Customer or friend?
Customers, friends, isn't that what it's all about? Yeah. Work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
I know you like to play hard.
Yeah.
I as well. But we got to work hard to get there.
Yes, you do.
Thanks again, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure.